What's up, everybody? I am Jesse, or GameOverJesse as all of you may know me, and here with us is Daniel, our co-host for the Highlands Gamescast. And joining us again is Kayla. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Kayla.
Okay, I'm Kayla.
Yes.
I also work for Nintendo of Canada. I'm awesome. Hello.
Alright.
That's all I got.
And welcome to the Highlands Gamescast for April 16th. Today we will be discussing a lot of interesting news covering Pokemon for the Switch, Nintendo working on new hardware, Sega Dreamcast and other virtual console type Sega games coming to the Nintendo Switch, bananas, and
potassium.
Yeah, it's a very good source of potassium. We will be discussing bananas and answering questions from fans like yourself. We don't have a topic of discussion for today because we have so many different news stories, but we may scrap one or two of the news stories depending on the time and do a topic of discussion if I can think of one before we get to it. But starting us off is our first rumor. Grand Theft Auto 5 coming to the Nintendo Switch. I did not see an actual news posting for this, but with all the leaks that you typically find, they will be coming to random websites in the near future. But everyone, like all of the known leakers, I don't know which ones you all follow, but there's been a bunch of people talking about this, so there isn't a single source. It's just been a bunch of random people who are known for random leaks and rumors and stuff like that. And it seems like it's something that seems like it would be obvious to happen. Like, I think you can play Grand Theft Auto 5 on like your phone now, so maybe not. I know you can play like some of the older ones on like iPads and stuff.
Oh,
Fortnite just came to like mobile devices as well, so but anyways, with Grand Theft Auto 5, it was for the PS3, 360. Now it's for the PC, the PS4, Xbox One. And just as with any game, if it can run on the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, it can obviously run on the Nintendo Switch, with the Nintendo Switch being more powerful than those consoles. So it's not a matter of if it can run it, it just seems like it's a matter of when we will get it. And with Rockstar's new game coming out later this year, I believe, with Red Dead 2, it seems like a better time than any to put this game out, especially if Red Dead won't be coming to the Switch that we know of. It'll just be coming to PS4, Xbox One, PC, maybe. I don't know if it's announced for PC yet. But like the only console Grand Theft Auto isn't on is the Nintendo Switch, and there was the news earlier this year where Nintendo was begging different game developers to put their mature rated games on the Nintendo Switch. And I say begging because apparently that's what it was. Nintendo was strongly pursuing game developers to put their mature games on the Switch. Games like, I forgot what the example they were using, but it was like a very lewd anime hentai-esque game. I think like Galgun or something like that it was called.
I'm pretty sure that was the one, yeah. Galgun.
Yeah, so like there's no reason Nintendo...
Not related to Galaga in any way.
Yes, two very different games.
Very different.
But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Right now, obviously, it's just a rumor, but games like Doom, like all of the other more mature rated games, have been rumored to come out for the Switch before they were officially announced. Now this rumor that it's going to be coming out. So starting with you, Kayla, would you be a fan of Grand Theft Auto 5 coming to the Switch?
I honestly haven't played Grand Theft Auto since like San Andreas. So I mean, like, sure, I think it's really cool because then we have a different kind of group of people that want to get the Nintendo Switch, but personally, not my jam.
Alright, and what about you, Daniel?
Actually, kind of the same boat. I think that was also the last one I played. To come to think of it, and I didn't even own it. I played it on my friend's PS2.
It's just one of those games where like I never really actually play it for whatever like the story is. I kind of just go around and like run people over with a car and use cheats.
That was totally what we did too. We did like a 2-player mode and we just went and caused chaos and stuff. But like I know that the GTA fans, especially, like they've got a pretty heavy modding community as well, and odds are that the people who are like really big GTA fans already got GTA 5.
Yeah. Well,
like,
honestly, they were just waiting for that PC port.
Yeah. The thing that I keep thinking of with this is that if you look at like the sales charts every month, as old as Grand Theft Auto 5 is, it's still like in the top 10 almost every single month because like there's an interview, because it was a podcast I was listening to, and they were like, what, they read out like all of the different sales charts and everything, and one of them was like, why is Grand Theft Auto always in the top 10 every month? And one of them pulled up an interview with the GameStop manager where he says that there are new people coming of age every single year. So it's like last year maybe their parents wouldn't let them play it, but now they're a year older, so they're allowed. So there's like hundreds of thousands of people every month that are finally being like, maybe they turned 14, 15, 16, whatever that age is, to finally get it. And then it's where it first released on PlayStation 3 and 360, and then it released on PS4, Xbox One, and then it released a third time for PC. And then like they always have the updates and stuff with Grand Theft Auto Online to keep people hooked, so people are always buying it. And I think if that's the case, then I could see like another wave of people buying it for the Switch, especially if it was a game that wasn't selling anywhere. I don't think Rockstar would put the effort in to make it for the Switch or release support of it for the Switch, because they'd be like, it's dead, nobody cares about it. But with it still being in the top 10 sales charts every month, I could see them like at least considering the idea. Yeah. And
it never hurts to diversify what platforms your game is on. Like, there's no harm in doing that. You know, if there's people that are diehards, they might buy it again because people are like that. There's people who, you know, might not have the other consoles and, you know, are like, okay, well, I've heard this is good, I'll try it. And I guess I hadn't taken into account the coming of age people. There's always those people who are just turning 18 or 19, or depending on where you live, what the age for ESRB is for you. And I know like UK, they have a different system, the PEGI and everything, but depending on when you kind of become able to buy the mature rated games, I know there's a lot of games with Reputation that are like the must owns. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that it's still raking in a lot of dough after being like almost an old game now. I don't know, it's kind of surprising that it's like, oh, it's actually the last console generation it came out on. That kind of boggles my mind a bit. Where did the years go? But
do you guys have any final thoughts on this before we move to our next piece of news, since we're trying to get through the news quickly this time?
No, just bring all the video games to more consoles. It's a good thing to do.
All the
Give
games.
us everything for Nintendo Switch.
All the games. Release Tetris.
Yeah.
No, do it.
Tetris Online, let's go.
I just gotta say, Tetris DS is like one of the best ports of Tetris.
Is that like...
Yeah, do
you hold it sideways?
No.
No?
But it was just a really good port of Tetris.
Oh. There was a version of Tetris...
The second screen was not really
you have to
useful.
Hold it sideways.
There was no reason to have the second screen for Tetris DS, really. But it was just like it just handled really well. So,
alright.
I don't know.
Nintendo.
Bring us
Wait,
Tetris.
why isn't Tetris on the? That would seem like. That seems like it would be the most simple game to put on a console.
I think there's like copyright issues that are currently under review with Tetris right now, because basically like it's a bit getting into the history of Tetris a bit, but there's like a lot of people who like were porting Tetris but didn't actually own the rights to Tetris, and then at one point the original creator of Tetris finally like got the
Did you
legal
watch
rights
the
to it
gaming
back,
historian
and,
video?
yeah, the gaming historian
Yeah.
video like really made sense. So I think there's a lot of dispute over who actually can publish it right now. So that's
Yeah.
why we haven't seen any new ports of Tetris since
That was-
like a decade ago.
That was
you know?
like a 40-minute video on
It was,
Tetris.
but it was, I think it was
And
a full hour.
I
But it was
watched
so
like
good.
I watched half of
Goodness.
it, and I was like, "How could he talk about Tetris this long?"
Because there's a lot of.
But yeah,
okay,
it's
I love
like
gaming
the guy
historian, man.
he had like an official document saying that if you were to license out Tetris, the blocks, like only a certain color could be a certain shape, and only a certain shape could have like certain colors, and like just a bunch of crazy things. It's like if you make Tetris, it has to be like this. So
Yeah.
yeah, it reminded me of a bit off topic, but the movie The Founder, about the creator or whatever, the guy that popularized McDonald's. That's like every single cheeseburger has to have 2 pickles and like so much of everything on it. And there was a part where someone put like 1 pickle, and he started screaming at him. That's like, that's not McDonald's.
Unacceptable.
And I'm like, it's just a pickle. Why is this guy getting so
As someone
psychotic?
that really likes pickles, I would be so upset if I did not have that extra pickle.
All right. Our second piece of news comes from Nintendo Life and Express.co.uk. It's a
Double article piece of news.
Yes, because we have 2 very conflicting different pieces of news, but one comes from an official source, whereas the other comes from a rumor/leaker. To make it simple,